How you doing, everyone? Welcome along to this video. So with the imminent arrival of Nords, Nordschleife 24 to the console ACC on the 2nd of May, which is Thursday, I thought I'd make this video of sort of what to expect, really. I know there is videos out there. It's been out since the 1st of April on the PC version, and obviously I did do a live when it dropped, which I will do again on Thursday for the console version. But as with the console version, we cannot go sort of drone cam as such, because the keyboard support and everything else doesn't really allow it, or allow the functions that PC can do. Like I said, I thought I'd make this video of a sort of more of an in-depth-ish look. I could just take a lap around, which I don't really want to do, because I think by now you guys that are on console have probably seen all the YouTube videos and everything else of people doing laps and races and everything else on the PC version. But I thought I'd just sort of go around with the drone cam, so to speak, and sort of just talk a little bit about it, what to expect and stuff. So yeah, let's get into it. Right, so we'll start off sort of not on the start finish straight, almost on the start finish straight. Sort of bear with me just to try and get this not as juddery, or just a sort of enough speed. I have, obviously, as you can see with the if it'll work, the HUD and everything else, I have changed the field of view from 100 to 40% just to sort of bring it a little bit closer. It's to what I like to do with when taking sort of pictures for thumbnails and stuff as well. So yeah, it's not, like I said, 100. If I put it on 100, it's going to be as you can see, sort of quite a way in the distance. Everything's a little bit further away, which I don't like, to be fair. Obviously, when I'm running on PC, I don't run that when driving, sort of in cockpit and all the HUDs sorted out and everything else in the field of view. So just really for sort of pictures and replays, I like to sort of zoom it in a little bit. I think it looks a little bit better. But yeah, enough of that. So we're going to start off, we're going to go up. So just this section, we're going to go up into the sky a little bit so we can look down. Where we gone? Obviously we've lost our bearings now because we've gone up too quick. So obviously you've got the Nürburgring GP track anyway. One thing you're going to look out for when obviously it comes to console, which us PC guys have seen already, and I think it's mainly for practice, I'm not 100% sure with hot lap, which it probably wouldn't be, because you can just start off, you sort of start off down here, and then sort of start the lap, come round, and then you're sort of onto the start finish straight to start your lap. But in practice mode, obviously where you start off in the pits, you're going to come out and then you're going to start the sort of lap, and the lap's going to be dirty. Now I think they've done this on purpose anyway, you would have thought so. They've left this part open. There is a way through, so you don't have to do a whole lap of the Nürburgring GP and the Nordschleife to get round to then start your clean lap, because it's going to take you a while. And especially if you get round sort of halfway around the lap itself and dirty the lap, you can teleport back, get back to the pit, start off, do sort of the lap of the Nürburgring GP, and then come through this part, as you can see, obviously being mindful of others that are finishing the lap off, and sort of, yeah, come through. Obviously as soon as you go through this, it dirties your lap, which obviously doesn't really make a difference. As I said, if you want to start a sort of actual out and out clean lap, coming from the pits, you'd probably be on a dirty lap anyway. So, and then yeah, come through, and obviously around, and then yeah, start your lap, which is, I think, is such a good idea, just because the whole, yeah, you're looking at over 8 minutes, sort of on an average, 8.5 minutes, yeah, just to sort of do a dirty lap to come around and start a clean lap. It's just not going to work. So, but obviously, yeah, we know the GP circuit, except for this part, we all know it's obviously, yeah, gone. It's been, yeah, barriered off. Obviously, let's have a look over here actually, just to see if it's part of it's still there. I'm just trying to follow. So it is. Obviously they've left the track, as you can see. They've just decided to park gazebos and caravans and camper vans and everything else onto it. So yeah, coming round as you usually would. Obviously a nice big experience. What is that, GR Toyota around there? But yeah, as I said, the slightly different, sort of come down into the first corner, and then sort of swings round the tighter part, and then obviously down onto the GP circuit. Not sure why they didn't open this up. I think Jimmy Broadbent said about this, about sort of cutting through this part, which could have been easily done, like he said. But yeah, I don't know why, unless this is just a 24-hour layout. Obviously, we know all this. We're just going to cut this a little bit. We'll get into the sort of nitty-gritty of the Nordschleife, the green hell, not the GP circuit. Like I said, we all know the GP circuit, so just going to speed it up. Like I said, I'm trying to do this as smooth as possible with the mouse and keys. But I do love this sort of drone cam. You know what I mean? You can go and investigate tracks without sort of driving around. You can see stuff sort of on the inner track, the parts that you wouldn't actually necessarily see when you're driving around. So there's, I think, the QR code, was it, that was saying about Assetto Corsa Evo. I think that was the hint for it when this track got released on PC, if I remember watching people's videos and stuff. So yeah, we'll come round. Obviously, coming up to this section is different. We noticed it on PC. It's missing, I think, yeah, that the squares, are they sort of square concrete? I think they were. It's sort of got more of a longer raised sausage now, and obviously there was sort of square concrete parts here, which are good because they did sort of send the car off the track, which is never good, as I said, because you don't really want to dirty your lap, even though, like I said, in practice mode you can go around there. So yeah, so onto the Nordschleife. Let's go round. Obviously not much happening in the pits. It's quite, you can't really use the pits, to be fair. I'm sure it's blocked off. Let's go and have a look. Yeah, it's blocked off, so no chance of using that. Let's come back up, slow this down a bit. Oh, it's going to get a little bit seasick. So coming around, it's the start. Obviously, yeah, the start of the track. As I said, well, I'm not going to go and sort of talk about it too much. It was just more of a sort of go round, have a look visually at parts of the track. You'd probably hear me by now from when I first drove it, how sort of tighter it is. It just feels tighter than, say, the Forza Motorsport version. I have been on it recently on Assetto Corsa, and it's actually quite similar to Assetto Corsa's one. That seems quite sort of tight and technical as well. So as you can see, you've got all the sort of graffiti and stuff on the track itself. You've got all the yeah, loads of fans and everything else. Obviously, you've probably seen Misha's video on it saying how close it is. I think he said sort of 98% of what it was. I think because they've changed it recently. Is it this year? And obviously this would have been sort of done from last year's model, I think he was saying. So, but it's just, what gets me is just the trees and how sort of close they are to you when you're driving, and the sort of the feel of it. Certain parts of the track, it just feels so good. And I think you've sort of caught me on stream before quite a few times saying that on any other title that I've raced it on, I could never sort of do a clean lap as such, or I'd always make a hash of it. Or this, I just seem to pick it up quite quickly. Obviously, I did do the GT2 Expo around here, trying to beat the sort of real world time, I think it was, or from one of the videos that Misha did. And yeah, I just picked up straight away. It just felt right, almost, which is, yeah, I usually struggle with this track just because of the nature of the track, I think. But it just, yeah, feels really good in a GT2 and a GT3. More so for me in a GT2. Maybe I just not set up the GT3 correctly. But yeah, it just felt, I don't know, felt more fun, I suppose, in the GT2 as well. Yeah, but like I said, you guys will love it. You really will. It's just such a great track. It really is just so well done. I mean, you've got the curbs as well, which you can use. I mean, I've used the curbs in the GT2 quite a bit. It's, yeah, they don't seem to sort of nerf you off. I think there is some ones that are raised more than others that can sort of unsettle your car a little bit. But yeah, it's all in all, it's just such a great track, as you can see. Just so well done. I said, definitely thinking about, yeah, bringing it on the Friday. Obviously, it releases on the Thursday. I'm hoping G-Portal update the servers, the server list, track list, to incorporate the track. Yeah, I think it'd just be a really good, fun evening if we come out on this track rather than do the the 5 race mini championship on random tracks, just do this. And yeah, I've definitely got a sort of a plan in mind if this track gets live on Friday, because it gets released on Thursday to the game, and then obviously we've got to wait for G Portal to implement it into their servers, which shouldn't really take them that long because it's one track. But like I said, you don't know. I don't really want to sort of turn around and say yes, we're going to be definitely doing it on Friday, because I don't know. It's up to G Portal how quick they are. Excuse my judderiness on this. It is quite difficult to do with a mouse, trying to be smooth. So, but yeah, this is what gets me, and a lot of people have said the sort of same thing on watching YouTube videos, and when they've been on it the first time, you just come down here and just this sea of green and trees right in front of you. It's just, yeah, obviously this is a little bit more enhanced because obviously I've done the field of view, so obviously it wouldn't be as that sort of in your face. It's sort of further back, but it just catches you straight away, just the actual sea of trees right in front of you. But yeah, as I said, just yeah, such a well put together track. It really is. They've done such a great job. Like I said, it's definitely going to be a good Friday if we can get racing on here. So really, really good. So yeah, like I said, excuse my my judderiness. I can sort of accelerate it a bit, as you can see. I can make it slower. It's just trying to do it trying to keep it smooth at the same time. So, but as you can see from here, it's just green. It's just trees everywhere. It's just, yeah, it really immerses you in. Really, really good. And all the sort of, yeah, the trees way up here as well. So you sort of imagine you're sort of down on the track and you're looking, and it's just absolutely, yeah, brilliant. Really is. Obviously, I did do a sort of night race. I was going to say I haven't done a night race. I haven't actually done a race, but we did trial the sort of day, night, rain, heavy rain. But I've not done a sort of a cycle through, which I think we might do as well. Maybe on the Friday championship, if we go Nords, maybe do a sort of times 24 multiplier to do sort of, yeah, starting in the day, going through the night in a transition as well. So I think that'll look really, really nice with a sort of sunset and sunrise. Look really good, especially with the shadows, the way they'll change with the trees and stuff like that. So, but yeah, just even got the wind's blowing the trees. Look, you can just see them moving. Oh, really good. I just hope that they haven't sacrificed a lot of detail for the console version. Like I said, hearing how taxing it has been on certain systems, certain people have said that, yeah, the FPS drop they've had just from this track. I haven't noticed a massive FPS drop, to be fair, but knowing, as I've said before, on sort of console, that we're limited. We can't sort of overclock the console. We're limited to what specs are in the console. Yeah, let's just hope they haven't sacrificed a lot of detail, because I think if it looks like this, it's just going to be absolutely, yeah, stunning. So onto the first carousel. All the flags. So get through this. I'm making a right mess of this, but we'll keep going. But yeah, I think it's trying to sort of remember that every corner, how, I think from my perspective when I was learning it, how fast you can take the corner, where to position the car, obviously, and how much speed you can carry through and stuff, because it's always the same. The problem you've got is you're on for a sort of clean lap, and I've done it in the GT2, the Expo. I've got almost to the end and I've just dipped a wheel and it's dirtied the lap, and you're like, oh my, because say what, about 6.5 minutes long, you're in 6.5 minutes into the lap and boom, you've dirtied the lap. It is, you just, yeah, devastating. It really is, just because of how long the track is. It does, but I think that's why you've got to get used to it. You've got to learn where you can push, where you can't, where you've just got to, yeah, take it a little bit easier, because the car just won't stick. I like this part as well. I mean, these are different to Assetto Corsa. You've got a lot more runoff on the edges. Obviously, I think you've got to be careful because that's like loose, so you might sort of slow your lap down. But obviously, you can't go 2 wheels off. I've tried that before and I've dirtied the lap. So, but you can go, yeah, a lot wider. I mean, you've got another one here as well. which is good. But yeah, definitely sand on there, so you still got to be mindful. And I think the biggest thing for me as well, people don't sort of realize when you're racing, it's such a tight track. It's sort of a bit like brands, or maybe even tighter. So when you're racing someone, unless they make a mistake, I mean, it's going to be so difficult to overtake. That's the thing. It really will be. So, but I think the nature of the track, again, people are going to make a lot of mistakes. They really will. So, but as I said, it's such a, you could have a love-hate relationship definitely with this track because of just that. You almost get round for a clean lap and then you just dirty it if you're on sort of like for a quali or a hot lap or something like that. In the race, it obviously won't really matter as such unless you cut it that much that you're going to get a track warning. But yeah, it just, I said, that love-hate. And if you do succeed to do a quick lap, a clean lap would what it would be, it is, then you absolutely love it. It's an achievement in itself. I think this is why we're going to be having this on the last week of the hot lap challenge that's going. It's going to be the 13th week, and I'm not going to do anything special as in double points. I thought about it, but I thought it's not really right to do double points, especially if the championship or the hot lap championship is close at the top. It's just going to be the same points, but yeah, it's going to be sort of just even an achievement getting a clean lap, let alone getting a quick lap. So as I said, we're just going to put it in. I might even do it as no points. I might even do it still 12 weeks, but as a 13-week bonus that you don't have to do, and there's maybe no points involved, but just add it just to see who's quickest round. Yeah, the Nordschleife. I think it'd be, yeah, I think we're definitely gonna add it. I think you guys would want to put it in there at the end of the day. So, but yeah, sort of coming to the end now. This is pretty much the end. You're pretty much flat out back there on the sort of back straight. Yeah, I think you're sort of pretty much flat out up here as well. I usually start sort of tickling the brakes around here, and then sort of hard on the brakes through this part, obviously because it's more of a tighter turn, riding a lot of the curb as well. Round again, and then yeah, absolutely nailing it down here, and yeah, hopefully completing a clean lap, and that's what you want. So, but yeah, such a, as I said, I do love the PC for this. I mean, as I said, you can just go up, I mean, and see the sort of whole track. It's just absolutely crazy. Let's see how much we can go up. See, obviously you've got clouds, but yeah, because it's just such a long track. Most of the tracks you can go up and you just see the whole outline of them. The smaller tracks looks really good, but as I said with this one, because it's so huge, it's just, yeah, absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy how big it is. You can just see how much they would have actually done for this track. You see like the pockets of what do you call these, the fans and everything else. You just, yeah, just crazy. I mean, obviously a lot of them aren't real, but I mean, some of them are. Look at the clouds. But yeah, such a good tool. Just a shame they got rid of it in the Xbox version. Maybe it was to, it could have been to sort of save a little bit of sort of, well, not so much processing power, but memory or something like that, not having it in the console version. I don't know, but it's a shame because it was there. Keyboard support was there for a while in the console version, and then they just, yeah, decided to get rid of it. So just, yeah, one of them things, I suppose. Us guys on console, see, I know I've got it on PC, but yeah, us guys on console just have to, yeah, do without, so to speak. But that's it. As I said, just a sort of, well, not really a quick, I don't even know how long I'll be going, 20 minutes, something like that it will be, of just sort of showing around and what to expect. I know you guys are eagerly anticipating it for Thursday. I know I am. I know I've been on it on PC, but I'll probably do more laps on it on console. I seem to do more on console anyway, and you guys know that. So yeah, I hope you found this informative. I hope you've enjoyed it. And yeah, roll on Thursday. And as I always say, I'll catch you on the next one.